The Georgia Bulldogs need some serious help. What's poppin', everybody? Hope you're having a super blessed day. And obviously, the Georgia Bulldogs for the past couple of seasons have looked absolutely unbeatable. It looks like at every single position, they have no lacking. They could beat you any way that they want, except for one way. And that, of course, is passing.
But Marcus Stetson Bennett was up for the Heisman. He just had 3,800 passing yards. How can Georgia not beat you passing?
Georgia's passing game is a product of the quarterback that they have rather than the play and the design overall. Stetson Bennett does a very good job of being able to get the ball into his playmakers' hands, but they don't really make a whole lot of big shot plays. They do from time to time. I mean, we all saw it in the Tennessee game. Stetson Bennett came out there just dropping absolute bombs out there. But for the most part, Georgia's passing game is a very check down, kind of get the ball out here and there. I mean, there's a reason why Georgia averages 8.9 yards a throw, at least Stetson Bennett does. It's good, that's really, really good, but you would like to see that number be a little bit higher. And so in my opinion, the Georgia Bulldogs need a savior at wide receiver. Now, don't get me wrong, you guys are bringing back your top two receiving talents this year in Brock Bowers and Ladd McConkey, who Brock Bowers is the #1 tight end in the entire country, and Ladd McConkey is a solid wide receiver. I wouldn't call him exceptional, but he's a very solid wide receiver. But you guys still need a savior, seeing that 3 of your other top receiving options are all going pro in Kenny McIntosh, Darnell Washington, and Karis Jackson. And so who is going to be that guy to step up and be the new face of the Georgia Bulldogs receiving corps? Who is going to be that next 1,000-yard receiver for the Georgia Bulldogs? Well, you're actually bringing in 2 guys who could be that for you. Georgia is bringing in 2 of the best transfer portal wide receivers in Rara Thompson from Mississippi State and Dominick Lovett from Missouri. Dominick Lovett was actually the #1 transfer portal wide receiver in all of 2023. Now, the Georgia Bulldogs have not had a 1,000-yard receiver since 2002 with Terrence Edwards. Most of you guys weren't even born when he had that 1,000-yard season, and if you were born, you definitely have no idea who that is. Not even Georgia's greatest receiver of all time, AJ Green, had a 1,000-yard receiving season for the Bulldogs. However, these 2 transfer wide receivers are going to completely revolutionize the Georgia Bulldogs passing game. During Rara Thomas's time at Mississippi State, he put together a very solid 2 first years of his college career in his true freshman season, playing in 7 games, catching 18 passes for 252 yards and 5 touchdowns. And then in his sophomore year, he played in 12 games, catching 44 passes for 626 yards and 7 touchdowns. And Dominick Lovett had similar, if not even better, first 2 years of his college career than Rara Thomas did. In Dominick's true freshman year, playing in 11 games, catching 26 passes for 173 yards and 1 touchdown. And then in his sophomore year, playing in 12 games, catching 56 passes for 846 yards and 3 touchdowns. Overall, both of these receivers are going to add a much needed spark to the Georgia Bulldogs receiving corps. Especially, obviously, having Brock Bowers is huge because you need that tight end to be that safety valve, to be that guy that every single time that the quarterback gets panicked, he knows he can go to that guy. But you still need talent on the outside to help stretch the field, to be able to get off of separation consistently. And I believe that these 2 wide receivers can very easily do that, especially with Georgia stepping into this new era, not having Stetson Bennett as the quarterback. Stetson Bennett has done a very phenomenal job of taking advantage of the talent that has been around him. But I do not think, obviously, Georgia's got a little bit of talent in the quarterback room as well. They got Carson Beck, they got Brock Vandagriff, and they got Gunnar Stockton. All 3 of those guys are going to be fighting for the QB1 position going into next season. But if you want any of those quarterbacks to succeed in their first full year of starting college football, you are going to need wide receivers that can create separation, wide receivers that have great deep ball ability, being able to create overall just able to get open. And I felt like Georgia struggled with that the same way that Alabama struggled this year at the wide receiver position. I feel like Georgia struggled a little bit less, but that's because they have a really dominant tight end that helps kind of clog up the middle of the field. I don't think that you're going to be able to have that if you don't develop some more wide receivers. But Georgia went ahead and just, hit that transfer portal, got some of the best guys available. And I think that Georgia, it's scary to say because we just saw them win the Natty last year looking absolutely unbeatable. And then this year looking even better. And then they could get even better going into next season, having this revamped passing attack. All I know is that I'm excited to see what Georgia's team looks like heading into next season, but I want to hear from y'all. Comment down below what are your guys' thoughts on the Georgia Bulldogs picking up two of the best transfer portal wide receivers in Rara Thomas and Dominick Lovett. Be sure to comment that down below. Leave this video a like and hit that subscribe button. We keep you up to date with all the news breaking in college football, and we're gonna keep you up to date over here at Sharpe Sports. I love and appreciate all y'all. Be sure to have a blessed rest of your day. And with all that being said, I will catch you guys in the next video. Ciao.